Hey there, Megan Jansen with Employee Wellness Solutions Network. We're continuing conversations around elevating the profile of employee and corporate wellness in our workplaces. And I'm so excited to discuss some of these insights with Trish Tonaj. She's an author, a speaker, and owner of Phase 2 Wellness. Hey Trish, thanks so much for your time this morning.
Oh, I'm really looking forward to our chat. How are you doing, Megan?
I'm great, and getting right into this, you've been in the people business for a long time. You worked with several leaders and entrepreneurs, and you've seen some very interesting things in that world. When we are wanting change within a workplace, as an example, we do need supportive leaders. Would you mind sharing your insights around how do leaders build that culture for success?
Sure. You know, one of the things that I've really noticed as of late is we've seen some changes in the dynamics of leadership roles. And one of the qualities that's really come out loud and clear, I would say, in the last couple of years is authenticity. Because if we don't come from a place of authenticity, we really can't lead our teams because we're not believable. So we really have to make that connection and, own things when they don't go right and take the opportunity to really, put some people under our wing and help to mentor them to their own success. And all of that really has to come from a place of authenticity. So if there was one quality I think that's really prevalent in today's day and age as a leader, it would be that.
Love it. You've also done some work around discussion on breaking barriers. Right behind you is your banner on breaking barriers. As leaders, we do have challenges. What are some of those barriers that you've seen in your work with leaders, and how do they overcome them?
That's a really interesting question because everyone has a different barrier to break. So when I went on the quest to share entrepreneurial stories from 10 women, I wanted to pick women from different disciplines and different industries and different backgrounds and ages and all of that sort of thing. And it was really interesting to hear some of the things, the barriers that they had come up against. I can think of one of the ladies that I featured. One of her issues was the financial statements, because you know what it's like. When you're an entrepreneur, you kind of have to have your finger in every part of your business. And for her, that was the thing that was least comfortable. She was in a creative space. And so the creativity part was really easy, but the numbers was really difficult. So in order to overcome that barrier, she actually took some training programs and some very rudimentary accounting programs so that she would become really comfortable with the numbers and to build her own confidence to overcome that barrier. So each and every one of us tends to find that we have that little thing that we need to work on. And for each individual leader, it can be as different as night and day.
And identifying some of those barriers and being able to be that, introspective to understand what might not be working as a leader will really, in your opinion, help augment the culture of a workplace.
Oh, for sure. The leadership role really sets the stage for the tempo and the attitude and the environment within the workplace. So if you have a leader who's really authentic, who has a sense of humor, who is engaging their team, you're going to find it's a really relaxed, productive environment. And the obvious is true. If someone is not feeling very comfortable in their role, well, that really translates to the people that they're working with. And we're very transparent in today's day and age. I think social media has made us very real as people, which is a really great thing. But it also means that we have to be a little bit more cautious of how that role that we take in leadership.
On some of the work and in some of the work you do, you indicate flow, FLOW. Would you put some context behind that for us?
Sure. Actually, one of the ladies that I featured in the book was a business consultant, and we've developed an online education program called Functional Learning on Wealth and Wellbeing. And the whole premise for the program was targeted towards entrepreneurs and enterprise leaders so that they would have an online resource that they could refer to help them get over some of those barriers. So we've developed 10 different modules. They're intended to be self-study. They're about 20 minutes in length. There's lots of interactive worksheets and so on that they can go through. And of course, being an entrepreneurial coach, we can then take that learning to the next level, and I help to coach those entrepreneurs through some of those barriers based on the modules. So we're really getting some awesome feedback from various different folks really around the world who are now starting to use those resources not only as ways to break barriers, but as leadership tools with their teams. So it's really becoming a really wonderful project.
Well, it sounds like it, and effective leaders really do make or break organizations. And when it comes down to it, when we're talking about the implementation of different health and wellness strategies, mental health, mental wellness strategies within a work site, we really do see a connection between effective supportive leadership and those that are not. And sometimes it's just like climbing Mount Everest when we don't have that. So in terms of any final thoughts in your mind on building that leader to help orchestrate, facilitate, and engage their culture of well-being?
I think what's really important now is mentorship. And there used to be a time when mentorship was a luxury, but I really think now it's a necessity because we have to share those experiences and we have to share our knowledge. And it's no longer one of those things where you have to be of a certain age in order to be a mentor. I mean, I think of myself, I'm really technology challenged. I'm not the best person in the world when it comes to all this technology stuff. So I'm actually going to look to someone who's perhaps much younger than myself and may not have a lot of business experience, but they may be a super whiz on the computer. So they would actually mentor me in helping me to become really comfortable with all of these, new different technology pieces that we use. So I really don't think that mentorship is any more something that is only done from the folks who are older than us, sharing their words of wisdom. I think it's an interactive thing, and age and gender are no longer important when it comes to mentorship. So that would be a really fundamental thing that I would think that's really important in every workplace. And it also means succession planning as well. We need to build the skills of the people who work for us so that when we're ready to expand or move in a different direction, we've got a whole team of people that we can draw on their level of expertise as we move forward.
Well said. Thank you so much, Trish, for your insights. This is a really great topic, talking about leadership and how they can grow and identify some of those challenges that they might be experiencing, fix them, and leading some really great workplaces. So thank you so much, Trish, for your time today. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Megan, and I wish you all the best on your continued journey to share these stories.
Thanks, Trish.